Shalom. Call Layim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and a few Akwath across the four winds. This is your brother Batamayim coming to you with a lesson. I saw this quote and it was interesting, so it sparked my spirit to do a lesson, bring out a few precepts on it. Some people believe because you come in peace that you aren't prepared for war. Now, I had a few precepts that came to mind, that I just want to bring them out. So let me see. Let me start with Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. So at the end of the day, we live peaceably among all men. So we learn through our elder apostles and our elders, live at peace. We don't want to get carnal and end up doing some shit or doing something that'll, put the camp at risk or, put the name of Great Millstone GMS at risk. Like, for instance, I love when Apostle Tahara would say, I open the door for Edomites all the time. I speak to them, hey, how you doing? Just keep it pushing, but in the back of the mind, we meditate terror because that's our enemy. Like, pretty much being a sportsman, just having good sportsmanship, basically. You don't want to get a technical foul in basketball, because you see your op or your enemy, you do something, out of line, and now you got a technical foul, and what does that do? That gives the team an opportunity to, get some free throws and get the ball back or something like that. You don't want to put your team in harm's way, pretty much. So just live peaceably with all men. Next precept I had, Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is a man of war. The Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is his name. So our power, Yahweh, which his name means he is, he exists, he to be, he's a man of war. And so is his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, which means he's the deliverer or he's the savior. He's salvation. That's Yahweh Shai. They're men of war. Like the Israelites, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are a nation of war, of warriors, at the end of the day. So yeah, we can beat a lot of people's ass when you look at let's take the sporting world, let's go to boxing. The top boxers be, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Same with MMA and so on and so forth. We're warriors. We're just natural born warriors. But at the end of the day, we do live at peace. Like, we want peace. We don't want to have to exert energy, putting hands on people. Like, I'm just going to say it like that. We don't like moving furniture. Because once we start moving furniture, people already know it's going down. Like, you don't want to be in the way of the wrath of a man, Israelite man. I'm going to say it that way. You don't want to be in the way or the path of an Israelite man when he's angry, when it's wartime. Even in sports, you get, Jake, which is short for Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. You get Jake riled up in sports, he just turned up. You don't want Jake to turn up, especially like in boxing or MMA, get choked out, like Bones Jones, mess around and get choked out real quick. But the next precept I had was Psalms 144:1. Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. Now, we know that this war that we do fight, we live in peace, but we do know this war that we do fight isn't always physical. We don't want to be carnal. So, let me read this precept. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai power to the pulling down of strongholds. So our warfare it's not carnal. Our strength is being spiritual people. So I believe Bruce Lee had a quote of pretty much roughly paraphrasing of fighting a battle without physically fighting. So how do you do that? You got to be spiritual. And then the last precept I had, Salaki, Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai power is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. So when people try to come up to the camps and try to define, the Israelites, especially, the brothers of GMS, Great Millstone, we just cut them with the word, send them about their day. And what they do, they go home. Now they plagued in the mind. So we always gonna win the war and the battle because we have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah on our side. Like before King David goes to battle, what he do? He prayed to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Before he defeated Goliath, he prayed to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. That's our strength. Just read that in the precept. That's our strength. And when you have Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah on your side, you cannot be defeated if you're Israelite. If you believe, if you trust, and you believe, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is going to guide you. He's going to deliver you. He's going to lead you to victory. And so we can't get carnal, especially with Esau Edom, which is the Caucasians, you self-proclaimed white people. Their blessing is the sword. So if you want to get carnal and you pull out a sword, like you stooping down to their level. You can't defeat them with their blessing. Like we have to go to them for the one of all things. So if we're grabbing up guns, who created the guns? Who has the Smith & Wesson? The Lord put the spirit on them to be able to create, these weapons of warfare. But our weapon is to be spiritual, be spiritually connected to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. We cannot be defeated. So, therefore we have to utilize our power, our strength, and have faith that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah will deliver us. But that's all I had in this lesson. Lord willing that it was edifying. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and the few Akwath. Shalom and the Baba Ball.